Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm going to try to talk over the opening music because it did get me copyright claimed last time. So I don't want that to happen again. So I'm just going to jump straight into the game. Sorry for those who are gradually joining and those who join later on. But I do think that I would rather, I'd rather have to jump right into the game and have you guys catch up a little bit than have to deal with yet another copyright claim. They are annoying at the very least, and I will say, quite honestly, if it means you guys, if you want to avoid it, if you want to avoid paying money to these bastards who are claiming on behalf of nobody in particular. Basically, their entire revenue stream is fraudulent copyright claims. If you wanna stick it to these guys, just turn on your ad blocker on my videos. It is my intention that none of my videos be monetized. So if ever you see ads put on my videos, they're either put there against my will by YouTube, or put there against my will by third parties trying to basically steal revenue from both me and from the actual copyright holders of the music that I'm getting claimed for. Like the people who claim this stuff have nothing to do with the actual game developers, nothing to do with BioWare, nothing to do even with EA. It's just an unrelated third party, and it drives me insane. PewDiePie actually did a great video today. I shared it on my my personal Facebook, but I'll put it in the description as well. On copyright trolling and the terrible state of copyright on YouTube. Just did a video on it today, where there are third parties that are claiming his own music videos, PewDiePie's own music videos, and claiming they are doing it on behalf of PewDiePie, and YouTube's buying it. So, it's all bullshit. Anyway, I don't have to worry about it now. Music's off. Audio's glitchy, popping and skipping. Oh my, oh my. How's now? Try something else. Okay, test. Test if I get really close. I'm trying to talk relatively quietly. Check my cables. Yeah. There are cats running around all over the place, so that could be doing it. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm a little bit further away from the mic. I'm kind of behind it now. It probably can't really keep hearing me too well. But I'm gonna just keep... Oh. Should be. All in. Still popping. Darn it. What's going on here? The mic, not the game. Okay. That's good news, I guess. I can take it out and plug it back in. Hold on a second. Alright, hold on a minute. Okay. There. Paused. How's that? Popping. Damn it. Okay, well. Let me do this really quick. So I have no idea what this will do, so bear with me. Okay, test. Okay, test. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, testing more. Ooh. Okay, maybe. Huh? Is it still doing it? I'm just gonna vamp for a little bit if I keep talking and see if my audio is doing the thing. Actually, you know what? I can test this. How about now? I'm just gonna vamp for a little bit if I keep talking and see if my audio is doing the thing. Actually, you know what? I can test this. All right. Well, I think it's a little better, but I think it's still doing the bad.
Just
Oh
gonna
no.
vamp for a little bit if I keep talking and see if my audio is doing the thing. Actually, you know what? I can test this.
All right. Well,
Right
I think
now.
it's a little
my.
better, but I think it's still doing the bad.
Just
Oh
gonna
no.
vamp for a little.
Oh god. Oh god. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry for doing that to you guys. I could always sing around. Yeah, I don't know. Erica, might be you. It might be you, but if it's working fine for Kevin, keep an ear out for it. And if it keeps doing it, I'll mess around with something. Hang on a second. Okay, I switched microphones just for a moment. So I can switch and switch back. I don't know if this is gonna be doing it. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Switching back. Switching back now. Okay, how's this? Yeah, I know. I'm very sorry for the weird round thing that was going on. Okay, what do you think? Is this better? Is this working okay? Might be my gain. Really? Or the gate, maybe. Um, yeah, that's possible. Let me turn down my noise gate a little bit because the microphone's actually pretty good at that already. There. All right, let's see if that's working, if that's doing the job. Because I turned down my noise gate. I can turn off noise suppression, which should be fine because, again, this microphone does it already automatically. Worse now, really? If I disable noise suppression. Okay, how about now? Kevin's getting everything in perfectly. I'm not sure what's going on here. Give me 1 second. Let me listen back to a few minutes. Okay. You guys can still hear me. Okay, I'm listening. Okay. I'm listening now back a couple of seconds, and I was hearing what you're talking about. Okay, I think by the sound of things, by my ear, it sounds like the noise suppression was being the problem. Okay. Are you sure I should turn the noise suppression back on? Because that seemed to be fixing it was the issue. I think. Anyway, I'm gonna try it like this. I'm gonna try like this, and if it's bad, let me know again. It's really bad? Oh my gosh. Alright, alright, alright. Hold on. Jeez. I think that's what fixed the problem, though. There. Okay. Cool. How's this? Let's try that. Maybe. Okay, yeah, no, I mean, the window's open, so crickets in traffic, that does seem reasonable. Those are, like, behind the microphone. This thing's supposed to be pretty directional, though. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How's this? Is this okay? I have the noise suppression on, but I have the gate off. Yeah, Kevin, I think I'm listening to it. Both Erica and I are both listening to it with the same relatively high quality headphones. I don't know what you're listening to it on, so it might not be coming through. But I was hearing some popping and snapping and weirdness to it. I think this is better just looking at the waveform, but hopefully this is with the noise suppression on. Oh my god, this is with the noise suppression on. I just said that. Let me noise suppression. Yeah. Oh, turn off the gate. Yeah. Suppression on, gate off. There we go. How's that? All right, I have noise suppression on. I have gate off. Now. Kevin says it's like being told it's bad, but it's super. I'm on an iPhone with a Bose headset. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. I genuinely don't. I don't know what to do about it either. I don't think it's an issue, is it? Hang on, again, let me just mute one more time and let me mute my own audio. Let me see. Let me go back a few seconds and all right, let's hear it. Let me hear it. Oh no, I'm hearing the popping. Yeah, that's weird. I think I am hearing some popping and I'm playing back my own audio. Why am I doing this? I'm taking... Hold on. Oh, now it stopped. Now that I'm listening to it, it stopped. All right. Now that I'm playing it back and actually listening to it, it's gone away. Okay. Yeah. All right. Anyway, the background noise is gone. Okay, I'll keep it low. I know it looks like more than it is because it's now under the camera, so I don't get it in the microphone. But okay. Hopefully this is fine. All right. Anyway, so I think we'll be okay. Kevin, keep an ear out. If it gets bad, let me know. Let me know. All right. Anyway, I did a little bit of collection stuff off the stream. So I was collecting some various thingies and materials for crafting and all that. And you'll notice I made a couple of new daggers. They're very nice. They're very, very nice. I like them very much. They're very strong, very powerful, and all that. And I found that logging stand and all of the materials that we need to complete this quest. So let's just do it. All right. Kevin says I'm all about Co. I will assume that means you're on it. All right. So craft. Okay. We made Inquisition weapons for a reward of 1 power. Oh, you're all about complaining. Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. You are. You're good at it. You're good at it, and I rely on you for it. Hello. What's all this? All right. So, Eric maybe handle that. Sorry. So, one of the things I wanted to kind of start off with, you know how I'm always on about bad essays and bad essay introductions and those overly broad, since the beginning of time kinds of introductions, you know what I'm talking about? Well, I happened across what might be the worst example that I've maybe ever seen. Not because it in particular is that bad, right? Because it's actually, the phrasing of it is bad, but it's the same kind of bad that I get in every undergraduate class several times over. So it's not that awful, right? It's, I gotta turn that off, hold on, sorry. It's not like it's just terrible, but where I found it is deeply, deeply disappointing. But I should not be surprised. This was in, of all places, the oral arguments from the Supreme Court last week. In particular, it was the oral arguments from Justice Sotomayor. Kevin, you might have seen this because I posted a status about it. I shared this from a colleague of mine, another professor at USF. Ooh, nice. Who pointed this out because I wouldn't have seen it. I would never have noticed this. I don't follow the Supreme Court. I don't follow the Supreme Court closely enough to have noticed this nonsense. But hot damn, there it was. So I'm going to quote directly from Justice Sotomayor. Oh, you're like 40-50 seconds behind. It's bad. Do you mean the audio is bad, or do you mean getting behind is bad? I really hope the audio isn't the is the audio the problem? Uh-oh. Please elaborate. Admittedly, you're 40 to 50 seconds behind. Oh, you're getting the it's lagging you behind. I see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that I know that happens. What I do when I get behind on a stream like that just because it's lagging or because it's delaying or because you're getting behind or whatever, I'll set the speed to 1.25 so that it'll speed up to catch you up gradually, and then you'll naturally get behind just because of the server lag or whatever it is, whatever's causing it. And then once it recognizes that you're behind, it'll speed up again to catch you back up. That works at least sometimes. And it might not. I don't know. I can't guarantee that'll work, but it hopefully should. Kevin says it's like everything stops and I wait with bated breath to hear what happens. It sounds like it's a connection problem, but who knows? It's YouTube. No one knows. No one knows how that can work. Andraste, Bride of the Maker. Get some... Oh, it's just elf root. I hate that there are these codex entries in here that you cannot get by any other means than by being a rogue. I think, because it's only you're solo in Haven, but there are locked doors that you need to go into to find things, to find collectibles. Seems silly to me. Anyway, I'm going to go through all these. Ooh, a belt. I need a belt. Anyway, so I was just saying that Justice Sotomayor, here's the exact quote. Now, I'm warning you. Prepare for cringe. It's really bad. Quote. This was about that recent abortion case. Quote. How is your interest anything but a religious view? The issue of when life begins has been hotly debated by philosophers since the beginning of time. It's still debated in religions. It's been hotly debated by philosophers since the beginning of time. First of all, no, it hasn't. Second of all, please stop. Now it's debated in religions. That seems like the wrong way to phrase that. Oh, wait a minute. Idiot. Hold on. I'm really stupid. Hold on a second. There. I forgot to turn the game audio back on. I apologize, guys. You were listening to nothing, just me talking, and there's background dialogue. Here we go. That's better. Okay. Now every problem should be solved. And if every problem isn't solved, whine at me and complain a bunch, and I'll fix it. Anyway, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about the terrible, terrible writing standards belonging to the highest court in the nation. Which, I mean, if you didn't already think that they were jokes, that the Supreme Court are jokes, at least in terms of scholarship, this should convince you finally. Whee! I'm going to run headlong into braziers. Don't do that. Don't try that at home. Okay, what is the other thing over there? What is this? There's a thing here. Menave. Who's Menave? Let's do that. Let's see what's up here.
The Inquisition cannot remain impassive. If you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Sir Trevelyan, may I present the Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House Aurelion lent Justinia this land for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
So Kevin says, I'm okay with you just talking, bro. Games are cool, but experts in philosophy are better. I'm okay doing both. I mean, part of the point of the games is that the games provide cool stuff to talk about in a lot of cases, and this game really does too. There's a lot of theology, there's a lot of religion, there's a lot of philosophy, and there's a lot of politics going on in this game, really, to talk about. So I think it does provide us with a lot of cool stuff to discuss. That said, I'm also fine just sort of sitting here, if we're in the middle of talking something and just blathering on for a while, and letting the game just kind of chill there in the middle of the dialogue. That's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. And making fun of the Supreme Court is always a good use of our time.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denver, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
So the guy seems to be, again, the rightful owner, but that's a little bit of a stretch. Because if you recall, this was just... So when we were here in Origins, when we came to visit Haven in Origins, Haven was just a weird little cultish mountain town. Just, literally, it was a cult. There was a cult here. We messed with them a lot because they were worshipping a literal dragon, which in this context is just an animal. They were worshipping a dragon thinking it was Andraste. That's not right. So we chased them out a little bit, killed the dragon. Then pilgrimages started to the holy site, to the Temple of the Sacred Ashes of Andraste. So then, I think he said the Queen, Justinia, not Justinia, that's the divine, the Queen of Ferelden, Alistair's wife, gave him the title of the land, the title to this land. Why? Presumably to ensure pilgrimages. And now that the Inquisition, which is a semi-formal part of the Chantry, is doing weird things here, I can see why he would want people off of the land, especially if he's a Chantry devotee, which he seems to be. At the same time, his claim to the land is absolutely in no way legitimate. So we have a weird tension in terms of property rights here. So let's just try and convince this guy to go along with it. Convince him of our, Chantry bona fides, or bona fides, or however you want to pronounce it.
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentacus that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
Well, that's worse. I mean, he's also an Orlesian on Ferelden soil.
Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Kevin says, I'm going to try and stay awake for the whole stream, but I'm worried about sleep if you go quiet for a while. You know what happened. Or if you go quiet for a while. Kevin, if you go quiet for a while, I know what happened. Yeah. No, I know. It happens. I'll try and keep things interesting. There's plenty to discuss, like I said, in the game, and there's just things going on, both in class and in the world. As for the most recent lecture on Pascal's on the Fall of the Devil, not Pascal's, what am I thinking? Anselm's on the Fall of the Devil. I did not have class on Tuesday. I was not feeling well. I don't know if you noticed at the end of the stream, I was very suddenly having some sinus issues, it's all kinds of weirdness. None of it very pleasant. But I went to sleep early, woke up feeling like crap on Tuesday. So unfortunately, I wound up having to cancel class on Tuesday, especially not wanting to drive in that current state. And so we wound up wrapping up our discussion on Anselm's On the Fall of the Devil today. So that means I have the recording, I have everything I need to edit, and it should be all edited and all uploaded by tomorrow. Fingers crossed. So that should be fine. Should be all set. If there are any issues, I know I have a few things to add. I know I have a few things to fiddle with here and there in the recording, in the lecture. So that's going to take a little bit of work to do, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I expect it to be up tomorrow. Worst case scenario, it'll be up Saturday. So that is forthcoming. So that is the big wrap up. So I'm happy to sort of go over some of it in advance to kind of give you a hint of what's to come, that sort of thing. Kevin says I'm excited to listen to it. I was very excited to do it. This is, like I've said before, one of my favorite philosophical writings in Western history. And I'm so glad to actually finally really get to talk about it in depth and finally have a record of talking about it in depth that I can share with you guys, with the world. I'm really glad to have that. It's so wonderfully well written, and it is incredibly insightful. There are so many topics that it touches on in fascinating ways. So again, like I said, I'm very glad to have it. I'm very glad to share it with you guys. As for something I didn't mention, I'm still drinking the last of this case of the Elysian pumpkin beers. I've got a Dark of the Moon pumpkin stout tonight. It's very good. Very, very good. Kevin said I had to help the Grizz with her history and economics homework before stream. I take it that's your sister? You never know. Never know. When we're talking about history and economics and talking about the Grizz, my mind immediately jumps to a teacher I had in high school who got the very affectionate nickname of Grizzly Bear from at least some people. Some of the time. I won't mention names and such because some of the stories around him are while I mean them in an entirely flattering way, they may not come off that way. So I don't want to malign a fantastic teacher. But he was from West Virginia, big old West Virginian mountain man with a beard and stuff. And he had really bad arthritis, so his fingers did this sort of thing. He didn't have a lot of fine motor control, so it looked like he had claws, like grizzly claws, and he would yell and such. So, Grizzly Bear. Fantastic teacher, incredibly cynical about history, but also straightforward. Really, really upfront. Really, really interested in the subject and wanted us to be interested in the subject. And damn, he really got us interested in the subjects. Did a fantastic job teaching. I took AP AP US History and AP Economics, Micro and Macro, and I learned a lot. It was fantastic. I had a few really good teachers, even at public high school. I also had the more typical public high school experience of literal communists and people who barely passed public high school. But that was more rare. That was I had a very good high school experience as far as especially in terms of public school. Way better than a lot of other places. And again, it wasn't like I had a spectacularly big old magnet special school or anything. But it was great. I had really great teachers for the programs that I was doing.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesians. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
I like her. Josephine. She's so she's one of the characters who I would actually love to do a romance playthrough for her, but again, I can almost never see myself playing a male inquisitor in this game just because of the narrative structure. That said, her romance path involves getting into a duel for her honor with someone in Val Royeaux, in the capital of Orlais, which is just it's so storybookish. I don't know. I like it. It's nice. It's kind of cheesy and pulpy, but that can be good sometimes.
May I ask, what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
Kempthus Grizz, the Grizz is my baby sister, my light in the darkness. Aw, very nice of you. That is far nicer than I think of sibling relations as being. Being an only child myself and having two very, very young children who love each other very much but do not get along often. I mean, that's not fair. They love each other very much and they're constantly beating the crap out of each other. Let me put it that way. That seems to me to be the absolute exemplification of what a sibling relationship is like. So maybe I'm getting that wrong. We'll see as they grow up.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
All right. Ah, there's Maeve.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. I hope the Inquisition can restore order soon. I never really wanted to leave the Circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
It is easy to forget that that mages are. There were a lot of mages who were, I mean, for lack of a better term, preferred, or lack of a better description, preferred safety and security to freedom. You know, I think that this is a common enough view, and in their case, I mean, mages are in fact dangerous to not only to others but to themselves, at least in some cases. So I get it. I'm not saying I necessarily agree with it, especially not as a mass solution. Now, I am sympathetic. I am a scholar. I'm a mild-mannered academic type. As I've said, I have a very, very very high risk aversion. especially for an anarchist libertarian. I have a very high level of risk aversion. So I get this. If I were a mage in Thedas, I'd probably be very satisfied sitting in a circle. That'd be fine by me. Especially if the alternative is being chased and hunted by the Templars. But even if the alternative were just trying to scrape by using magic, either for combat or for whatever else, for a day job, the circle doesn't sound so bad, really. It's the life of an academic, which I've obviously chosen. Kevin says, she just snuck into my room and placed a piece of chocolate on my forehead and ran off laughing. It's fantastic. Did you eat it? I hope it was a worthy gift. All right, Sable doesn't trust mages. That's how I'm playing this, by the way. I have to do this playthrough not trusting mages. That said, there is something to consider, and I don't know if Eric is listening to this, but I have to ask.
It's hard to trust anyone with that sort of power.
It's hard to trust anyone with any sort of power.
That's very
But I
true.
didn't
It's a
ask for
really
this.
good point.
I was born into a Dalish clan. I lived there until my magic manifested. The Dalish cannot risk having too many mages in one clan. And I was one more than they could bear. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
Oof.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold, a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
Kevin says, I ate it and loved that she was happy about it. Great. That's fantastic. That's adorable. I love it. Yeah, it's worth noting that personal power, the power to make flames appear out of your hand and whatever, the stuff mages can do, is not the only form of power, and quite frankly, it's not even the most dangerous form of power. Honestly, Sable the Rogue here is probably a good deal more dangerous and more powerful than most mages, because just people think that she's the Herald of Andraste and will therefore either listen to her or be afraid of her, or hate her, one or the other. One of the three. Again, political power, I think, is far, far more insidious and far, far more dangerous than any kind of personal power. So yeah, I think that is a really solid point that we shouldn't so easily skip over here. Now that said, the thing I was wondering about, and Eric, I don't know if you're listening to the chat, if you're listening to the stream at the moment, but we're gonna have to figure out whether Sable would choose to side with the mages or with the Templars, because that changes a lot of this game, a lot of the game. And I will say, I kind of like siding with the mages for two reasons. The quest where you go and help them is much, much better than the one where you side with the Templars. And also the secondary antagonist that you get if you side with the mages against the Templars. Not against the Templars, but if you side with the mages, if you get their help and the Templars are still off doing Templar things. If you side with the mages, the secondary antagonist in the game is much more interesting and much more integrated with the overall story so far. So I always lean towards siding with the mages. I've only sided with the Templars in one playthrough. And I didn't like the story quite as much. It's still good, don't get me wrong. But I like the mages better. That said, as I've also always played a mage, so I'm always more tempted to side with the mages than with the Templars. I don't know, though. I don't know. Sable is a good chantry girl, and so may want to side with the Templars. And also doesn't quite trust mages. So she might want to side with the Templars. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Something to think about as we go forward. What about this Tranquil?
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe.
Yes. The mages took some of them when my Circle rebelled. The rest were forgotten. Most Circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves. Can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
It's horrible what they do to mages, making them tranquil. And that's kind of all I have to say. But I can also see why mages would dislike them, rather than simply pity them, because it's a kind of reminder of what could happen to them, or what could have happened to them, or what could have been done to them, which is a really nasty thing to have to live with for most people.
That's an unusual statement.
They're polite. They don't bother you if they don't need something. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Okay, nice. All right.
Speak only the word.
What's in here?
Only the...
Bedrooms? Okay. A book. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or for sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, in my image I forge you. To you I give dominion over all that exists. By your will may all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne, and sang hymns of praise unending, but their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light, reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. And the voice of the Maker shook the fade, saying, in my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will all things are done, yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing, and he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from his firstborn, and took from the fade a measure of its living flesh, and placed it apart from the spirits, and spoke to it, saying, here I decree opposition in all things, for earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light. By my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever-changing, but held fast, immutable. With words for heaven and for earth, sea and sky, at last did the Maker from the living world make men, immutable as the substance of the earth, with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, to you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the fade I crafted you, and to the fade you shall return, each night in dreams, that you may always remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the golden city, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Very cool creation. I like it. It's less true than other fictional creation myths. At least something like the Ainulindale. Tolkien's Ainulindale, I mean. And I think a key difference is the uncreativity of the spirits, the firstborn of the Maker, or the firstborn of the One. I have a lecture on the Ainulindale, which, by the way, is Tolkien's creation myth. It's the beginning, the first chapter of the Silmarillion. It's the Song of the Ainur, the Ainulindale. It is the creation myth. It is when Eru Iluvatar created the world through the Ainur, the spirits, the powers. And it's similar. It's similar in a sense of God creating these angelic beings first, seeing what they would do, and then only after them and through them creating something further. However, in this case, in the case of the Maker, it points out that the spirits were in some way deficient as a whole, as a group, as a type, as a kind, as a species. This is not the case with the Ainulindale. The Ainur are not wrong in any sense. There was nothing wrong with them. They were perfect created beings. It's just that one and then some rebelled. Kevin says, bro, you would make bank as an audible narrator. I'd pay for it. Okay. Let me know. I'll start. I have one audiobook. Well, audio essay. It's an essay from C.S. Lewis, which I wasn't able to find almost anywhere, particularly not in audio form. It was our English syllabus. And it is, I'll put a link in the description afterwards, and I'll try and put it in the Discord maybe. And it is, I just recorded it. It was because I couldn't find it anywhere, and I wanted a recording of it. And so I figure that's kind of one of the things that I like to do is, if there is something that I want to see in the world, but no one else has made it, I kind of see it as my job to make it, if I'm capable of it. And I'm certainly capable of reading an essay into a microphone. And so I did. So I made it. And I think it turned out well. So check it out if you haven't. It's a great essay.
You're not pleased.
Let's do some work.
I am not convinced we are prepared for the full scrutiny of Val Royeaux.
Still 83. How about Liliana doing some sketchy stuff? Selling secrets. Oh, selling secrets gets us a lot more gold. I like that. Of course it does, Liliana. Let's not do that yet. We don't have the power for it. We only have one power. Anything over here to do? No, it doesn't look like it. All right, we're Wizard Perks. It's all locked. It's also all locked. Everything's locked, isn't it? I'm not doing ASMR, Kevin. Kevin says you have a superb ASMR voice. No offense intended. It's a marketable voice. I'm not doing ASMR. I could do readings for audiobooks or readings for essays or things like that. Stuff that isn't available, stuff that isn't read in audio form. I have no problem doing that. If there are things that aren't done that way, let me know. If it's something I'm interested in that I'd like to read and I think it's worthwhile, I'd like to do it. Like I've said, I have mentioned, I'm very, very, very interested in doing a recording of an audiobook version of Anselm's 3 Philosophical Dialogues. I'm talking to some, well, I don't know how much I can say about this. So, I'm thinking about it. I'm working on it vaguely. I'm sending up feelers. I might wind up doing it. Let me put it that way. That's it. That was it done. We did it. That was it. What am I supposed to do? Oh, return to the war table for... I already did. World travel. Not a dungeon. You can use the quest map to travel. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now what? Where am I going? No, those things are... I need to do... Hinterlands. Yep. Alright, Hinterlands time. Yeah, like I said, Kevin, I'm hoping to... I gotta talk to somebody about it. I gotta talk to somebody because it's a dialogue. Let me just leave it at that. There are 2 conversation partners in the text, and so that means I would like 2 voices. And that means I need to find another one. Because this is not a case where I'm going to be doing multiple voices because it's not a comedy sketch like the Euthydemus. Now, to be fair, I did another voiceover, another reading quite recently, and it was my Euthydemus one. But that was also kind of for comedy. Hey, Riley, how's it going? Welcome. That was also kind of for comedy. That was partially for the sake of just making fun of the prosecutors in the Rittenhouse case. Which, who do they deserve to be made fun of? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But I sure did make fun of them in that. I greatly enjoyed doing that, doing the Binger voice and doing the Lunchbox voice, whatever his name is.
Researcher Meneve wishes to use some inexpensive spirit.
Okay.
What for? She wishes the live creature's corpse outside to determine whether it is.
We did not do the we do not have a castle yet, Rally. That we'll get there. Enchanters remind the time will not unwind. I hate that the subtitles will stay there. I don't know all the words. I also love this. I love the tavern songs in this game. They're just delightful. Kevin says I love the Euthydemus. I recommend reading the whole dialogue. Rally, we're probably not going to actually get to the castle that you're talking about. I assume the one that you're talking about. Probably not this week. Unless we just tear through. Binger did nothing wrong except all those things he did wrong. Okay, yep, that sounds right. Not journal. There we go. Okay, there we go. We don't need to go to the Black Emporium. We need to go to the Hinterland. So let's go. Rally says F- in gun safety. Look, he was doing really, really poorly, so his only option left was to threaten the jury. Oh gosh. Anyway, that whole thing was a hilarious nightmare. Absolutely hilarious nightmare. Anyway, I did greatly enjoy making fun of them, basically using them as the sophist stand-ins for my reading of the Euthydemus, because I do think the Euthydemus is a fantastic dialogue. It is hilarious. It is certainly, without a doubt, my favorite of Socrates' various run-ins with the sophists. Mostly because he makes absolute fools out of these two. Unlike some of the other ones where they actually are, they make their points relatively strongly, which is interesting, but it's not as funny. And Platonic dialogues really ought to be pretty funny. But the Symposium is hilarious. If you know what you're reading, it's really, really goddamn funny. Like, really funny. Republic, not so much. I love the Republic, don't get me wrong, but it's not nearly as funny as some of the shorter ones. Just because he can't afford to be, because he's doing construction. He's doing the construction of doctrine and all that. And he can't afford to just sit around being hilarious, like he can in some of the other dialogues, like the Euthydemus,
World of Andraste. I've heard the stories.
like the Euthyphro.
Everyone
even.
has. We know what you did at the breach. It's an honor to meet you, my lady. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service.
Hi, Scout Harding.
Well, all of us here. We'll do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Disgusted noise. Listen, I thought that was really funny. Damn it, Varric, that was good. Really? Kevin says I actually sat in on a few local arraignments of the Rittenhouse case. Wow. If so, wow. Otherwise, in general, interesting nonetheless. The closest I've been to a jury trial was a mock jury. I was part of a mock jury years ago, but that's really about as close as I've gotten. I don't know. I can't stand law courts. I really can't. it's like I've said before, I started off going to undergraduate wanting to go to law school. It was really my goal. I was pre-law track and everything, starting the program and all that. But then I really just started meeting lawyers and seeing the kinds of arguments you need to make in a courtroom setting, and my God, was I turned off by it. Similar to I've mentioned before, there's a professor of mine who I wound up working with in graduate school, TA'd for him, in fact, who was a practicing trial lawyer for, I don't know, 20, 30 years, until he just got tired of it. He just got absolutely tired of making arguments for things that he knew were bad arguments, but he knew that they would work. And so he quit. He went back to school, got his PhD, and has been a philosophy professor since, and is infinitely happier. To be fair, he's still not a very happy guy, but he's happier. He's a great teacher as well. I think it's the right place for him. Kevin says, today. Oh, you went to a rain today. Okay, I gotcha. It's boring for the most part, but I was fascinated. Just local ones. Don't know why, but I liked it. It's interesting to see the arguments if they're good, but that's maybe rare. I get the feeling that that's rare.
I'm starting to worry about these stories that everyone's heard.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about. They only say you're the last great hope for Thedas.
Oh,
Right.
Wonderful.
The hinterlands are as good a place as any to start fixing things. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads
Well,
helping
looks like we have a
refugees and
job.
wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Now, I could be slightly wrong, but I think... Oops. But I think that is the same voice actress as Liara Tassoni from Mass Effect. It's either her or somebody else. I think it's her, though. Long shot. Yeah, let's go with long range. Let's go with that. Ooh, yeah, immobilizing caltrops. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that'll work. Okay, leveled up Varric. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Cassandra, what can I get to generate guard? Shield wall. Each block adds to your guard. Oh, that's good. Movement is not slowed as much. Protect nearby allies. Costs less stamina, generates more guard, but you can't move. Now, let's move around and protect allies. I like that. When you're low health, nah. Bear maul with the wolves. Can't be flanked. Increase constitution. That's good. And I like shield bash. That'll work. Solus. We need barrier. Maybe. Yeah, let's make our barriers last longer. Yeah, automatic barrier. Do more frosty stuff. Magic when your barrier is destroyed. Freeze blast. Yeah, I like it. Kevin says, I think I like arguing for its own sake, and the micro expressions of the attorneys were fascinating. That's a good point. Like looking and seeing if it lines up properly and seeing what you can glean from it. That is true, and that's the kind of thing that I find interesting, but I also kind of despise. Maybe I'm a little bit autistic, or maybe I'm just a philosopher, but I hate emotions. So, as you know, I'm a little bit joking, but only a little bit. I prefer to read people's thoughts by what they say, and I really dislike trying to read subtext. Right? Trying to read or either intentionally hidden or hidden to be revealed kind of subtext. I don't care for that outside of fiction, especially if it's the case in communication. I find it obscures more than enlightens. And maybe that's just because I'm not very good at reading it. So that could be it, right? Maybe that's on me. But it's not my favorite thing. It's really not my favorite way of dealing with people and interacting with people. So anyway, Kevin continues, I love to understand people. I want to figure out people's thoughts. And yeah, and like I said, I get that. And I think it is absolutely fascinating. I'm fascinated by psychology in general, and what you can learn from it. But at the same time, it kind of bugs me that people don't just say what they mean. You know? I think that it feels uncivilized to me. And let's save real quick. And then, let's go. Requisitions. Nothing here. Resting tents. Okay. Well, there's a quest here. From Scout Harding, I guess? No, requisition.
Dispatch for you.
Okay.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Like I said, I think that's part of why I so much prefer straightforward academia. You know, in an academic context, it's uncharitable and really even unprofessional to try to read into what someone is saying in that way. It's the expectation is that what you're saying is just what you're saying, and there isn't an expectation of trying to hide something. And if you are trying to hide something, then you're not respectably academic, you know. And I mean that means that it's a different way of communicating. You know, it's a more straightforward way of communicating, and I really, really like that. Brithis, I know you escaped with the other mages, and I know you'll come here. Father told me that if you ever strayed, he'd put you down himself. If you're here, you know he's dead, but I'm not. I'll be killing apostates and waiting for you at old Fennec's place to the north. I've got Father's sword and my true brothers in the Templars. Come if you're man enough, Ivan.
That may be worth investigating.
Oof. Yeah, that's... Oof. Kind of nasty. Brothers killing brothers. I mean, it's a civil war. What should we expect, I suppose? I'm going to assume that Defender Mail is good for Cassandra. No. She looks ridiculous. Stop it. Oh, God. Yeah, that'll do. Ooh, it's purple. Oh, it's purple. That's nice. That's nice. All right, how about Solus? He looks ridiculous. Nope, that looks ridiculous. Even more ridiculous. Varric. I hate it. That's for Evelyn. That's why. There we go. Sorry, Sable. I need to see if I can change her name. I can't figure out how to do it. There we go. While we're out and about, that's her. That's hers. That looks... Oh, God, those both look completely ridiculous. Scout coat. Yeah, that'll work. It's a little better. Alrighty then. Alright, Amulet of Power. Good. Kevin says, I think most thoughts are just iterations of former thoughts, and so it's easy to formulate responses accordingly. I find daily communications mostly a series of similarities slightly tweaked. Yeah, I can't disagree with that, especially just sort of day-to-day, I don't know, non-intellectual kind of communication. The kind of just conversational talking that happens on an everyday basis between everyday people under ordinary circumstances is not like it's something that's it's not like it's something that is extremely in depth or complicated. You know, it's yeah, I like that. It's not like it's something really, you know, that extremely complicated in the most part. And yes, fine, subtext can be important even in those cases, and that's okay, I suppose, even though I don't like that it's necessary. Point still stands, though, that you're right. I think a lot of our conversation is either rote, that it's basically done. A lot of it's, I guess I would say, maybe performative, right? That part of the reason that you communicate in the way that the reason we communicate in the way that we do is because it is in line with each other's expectations and that sort of thing. And so without that, without the expectations behind it, and without knowing, sort of knowing the background of what people are willing to say and people are trying to say and all that stuff. Oh, hi, demons. Hi, demons. Oh, there's more. Crap. Okay, there we go. I'm still not good at Rogue. Still not good at Rogue, but I'm getting there. Okay then. So, Kevin, was that the sort of thing that you were getting at, or were you sort of alluding to something else other than that, something beyond that? Yeah. Oh, come on. There's a hill? No.
It must have been some time since the Renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Okay, this is not where I'm looking. It's not what I was looking for or where I'm looking. I was going back this way because there was a I forget if it was a scholar or an astrarium, but there was something, one of those little gadget searchy mabobs back here. Yeah, it was this. Oh, or that. Let's do that first. That's right there. Actually, no. No, we need to do this first, because that'll mark some things on the map. I know, I have my camera down here where the mini-map is, but this is honestly the best place to put it. Mostly just because if I put it anywhere else, it's going to be blocking more important things, like dialogue, like subtitles and stuff, which appear along the top. So, yeah.
placed a skull out here, and for what purpose?
An ocularum. Why is it telling me to do that? Okay.
Illuminates certain objects in the distance. I am not familiar with such magic.
Oh, found a thing.
Had to be a skull. That's a pretty shit.
Found another thing. Any more creepy spookies? Aha.
It seems the Ferelden army has chosen to stay clear.
There we
For
go.
now.
Cool. There are things there. Kevin says, no, you got it. There seems to be a reduction in meaningful communication lately, and people generally have been programmed to communicate on basic levels. It's deeply unsatisfying. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, come on. Oh, no, come on. Yeah, I think you have a really solid point there.
I wonder what dreams it might hold.
That we have this tendency not to actually communicate with each other. We have a tendency to
The skull helped you find?
I don't know, small talk, I guess.
Not novice at all.
I mean, small talk is kind of a dismissive term for it, right? But we just kind of follow patterns. We do a lot of a lot of our communication is not actually communication, it's just ritual behavior. Right? Not to say that isn't important. Hello, how are you? I'm well, how are you? Is not actually saying anything. But that's kind of okay. Right? It's a ritualistic greeting. It is the expected call and response that denotes one as an ordinary functioning member of society, that kind of thing, right? And because of that, because it isn't actually really saying anything about anything, it has a different purpose, right? It has a different function than trying to communicate information, right? Because it has to, because if it's trying to communicate information, it's going to do so poorly. Because if someone asks you, hey, how you doing? And you then actually tell them how you're doing, right? Whether that's good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you're going to be weird. You're not participating in the ordinary ritual of social interaction. Because you're not participating in the ordinary ritual of social interaction, you're not participating in the social dance. You're not dancing, you know? But I think more and more I think you're right, that more of our interactions become are ritualistic scripts. Is there a child coming in at me? No, okay. Rather than genuine acts of communication, actually communicating ideas and communicating thoughts. But I think that's a problem, really. Not because our sort of ritualistic our social rituals are a bad thing, but that they have a place, and that place is fairly limited. And trying to replace genuine conversation with social rituals, you're missing things. Oh gosh. I can't believe my microphone picked that up. I apologize. Alrighty then. Where to? There's a camp there. Yeah, we probably need that. Shards. Yeah, shards. There's our camp we already established. There's a camp to be established right back here, so let's do that real quick. And then we'll head towards the actual main quest. So there's a thing about this game, this part of this game in particular, where there's a serious problem with getting stuck in the hinterlands. So this area is huge. And because it's the first area, there's this weird incentive. There's this feeling that you should pursue everything there is to pursue in the area. Whereas, no, realistically, there's a lot of stuff here that is simply too high level for you to actually accomplish when you first get here. And so trying to discover everything is just going to take forever, and it's going to be deeply unsatisfying. It's a lot of collection quests and things like that. So the Hinterlands is the place you kind of come back to over and over throughout. And there are quests that sort of lead you back here as well. And it's also, I will say, it's probably the area that I'm probably going to come back to off stream from time to time. Just because I don't want to be wandering around doing collection quests as much with you guys on stream. Because a lot of those things are really uninteresting. Like wandering around and trying to actually find these shards on the map is a huge pain. It's interesting because it's nice. It's a nice vista and stuff like that, but I mean, the actual doing of it, the actual going through and finding the damn things is not like, it's not that compelling. Ah! Really? Fine. Run away, goat. Alright, setting up camp.
Nothing to report, sir.
Yeah, Kevin, that's a really good point. Kevin says that what's cool, though, is that you can tweak that and create humor fairly easily by subverting the expected response. Like, how you doing? And then respond, fucking terrible. And there's laughter. Right. I'm reminded of a video from Aiden Paladin, who is she's similar to me but more popular. She is a properly credentialed scholar in psychology, but she also does YouTube videos that are very well made, well cited, and much better edited than mine are. Most of my YouTube videos are me talking to a camera. Rather than actually editing. So a lot of her videos are fantastically well done, incredibly well cited, well researched. She's basically presenting the equivalent of a lesson, either a lesson plan or in some cases even an academic paper in video format. They're usually fairly long. One of them was about the nature of humor, and one of the fundamental kinds of humor being expectation violation. And that the other kinds of humor that are officially recognized in the literature are, seeing if I get this right, there's expectation violation, then there is... Crap. It's the equivalent of wit. What the classicists called wit. It was a kind of, if expectation violation is incongruity, then whatever this is, whatever the wit is called, is congruity. Where are they? I don't see them. Whatever that is, I forget what it's called. Damn it, it's gonna bug me. Anyway, like I said, I'll put a link to this video of hers in the description.
We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker.
Oh, we're burning.
We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Okay, well that works.
Be ready. More coming our way.
Sorry, mages.
That's the end of it.
Okay, good. But expectation violation is really the key. Then there's the third category, which is sexual humor, which I honestly think relies on incongruity. I kind of disagree with it being its own separate category because sexual humor is only funny when it's unexpected. Like, that's why Amy Schumer is not funny, like, at all, because you know that she's going to talk about nothing but her smelly vagina for the entire however long she's on stage. So it's not funny because it's not unexpected. Whereas when I just said the phrase smelly vagina, you might have gotten a chuckle because you didn't expect that from me.
Lie still.
Anyway.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. The magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
That's very measured.
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
She's very measured. Which is, I think, honestly, the kind of person that we want for the Inquisition, wanting to help the Inquisition.
I'm told you asked for me.
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances
See?
of becoming...
Rally snorted. Wasn't expecting to hear that.
Some are simply terrified.
That's what... See, I usually wouldn't necessarily use that kind of language on stream, but... I mean, in that context especially. But it provided a fantastic example of exactly the point that I'm making, right? It's funnier when I say it, simply by saying it, than when Amy Schumer says it. And she even makes a joke. Kind of joke. It's not really. What she does is hardly considered to be jokes, but close enough. And it's because of an expectation violation, and that's all, right? That's the funniness of it. Wit, I would argue, is something like not expectation violation, but expectation fulfillment, right? Witty things like puns are funny because you're making a connection that is there presented for you, right? You're presented with something that is hard to grasp, and there's that little when you grasp it, right? So if I make a stupid joke, if I make a pun, I'm really disappointed in myself a little bit that I didn't actually think of this. It came up in my third class, but it's not in the recorded version of the lecture from today. But it was something along the lines of when Satan chose to we're talking about why it was that Satan chose to abandon rectitude of the will, and I decided, well, for the hell of it. Get it? See, it's witty because it was a little bit of, it was that little tiny jump that you need to make from an ordinary phrase to putting that phrase into its proper context and connecting the dots. And connecting the dots feels satisfying, and that produces a laugh. That's a separate kind of comedy from expectation violation. Kevin says Amy Schumer is funny because of bullying. I assume you mean laughing at her, not with her. There's a great joke about that. When Amy Schumer was in school, everyone laughed at her because she said she was going to be a comedian. Well, no one's laughing now. Anyway. It's really rude, but it's still kind of funny.
But don't you stand with the rest of the Chantry? With no divine, we are each left to our own conscience, and mine tells me this. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared.
Okay.
They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
That won't just make it worse.
Could it be worse than it is?
Probably.
Yes. Let me put it this way.
That could be executed.
You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. The power is the unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
That's great. Man, I like that. I never really thought about that before, but that's a really solid point. When a contrary voice, when a narrative seems utterly unanimous, it's easy to fall into it and to just sort of go along with it. This is why YouTube got rid of the dislike button. Because if you can't see how many people dislike the narrative with you, it'll be really easy for them to convince you that it's the narrative. If it's hard to see how many people thought that well, God, this was a bad example, but here we go. I don't know if you saw the new, like, the preview, the trailer, I guess, for the new Disney Star Wars hotel, the Galactic Star Cruiser, and how terribly it was doing on YouTube. Because it was bad. It didn't look good. It didn't look very Star Wars. It looked off-brand. It was really poorly put together as a trailer, and everybody kind of everybody hated it. Even a lot of the, like, really, really hype Star Wars fans were just like, "Oh, this isn't great. This isn't good." And so they took it down. They took down the trailer. And I hope that means that they're doing a lot of changes, and they're going to be reworking the thing, and they're going to be making some actually positive work and listening to some feedback. But yeah, who knows? But the point being that it's easy for that to happen when people can see that there are other people with them who dislike something, that oh no, this is not the universally agreed upon, loved, beloved, wonderful thing. Because if you now just see the number of likes beneath the big video, that it looks like it's more popular than it is. And it looks like there's a unified voice and support. And you can't see that you're not alone in disliking or dismissing things. I mean, to be fair, until you scroll down to the comments, at which point, yeah, you can see. But that's different. And that's also if the comments aren't turned off, but that's separate. But you get the point, right? Once you get that crack in the apparent unification, the unified voice, once that starts to crack, a lot of the people in that unified voice might also start falling off. Kevin said rudeness is awesome comedy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, mostly because of its expectation violation, but also in some cases because it's kind of a fulfillment of expectations, right? It's the joy in finding out that somebody agrees with you as well. Now the Amy Schumer joke, the no one's laughing now thing, that was a pun. That was wit. That was a congruency that I was exploiting, not necessarily not simply the insult. The insult is what allowed it to work, but the actual comedy was in the wording of it and it being kind of clever. I can't take credit for that, by the way. I don't know where it came from, but it's not me. But if it were just me being mean and just not making fun of her, but just being mean, just being rude, right? That wouldn't be as funny. It's only funny if you're funny about it. I still say that. Rudeness is a good source of comedy, but I don't think it's comedy in its own right.
It's good of you to do this. I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us or destroy us. I will go to Haven and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
She's really quick to dedicate herself to the cause.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
I mean, I think she's somewhere in between, like, True Believer in the Herald of Andraste and the whole thing that we're doing. Somewhere in between True Believer and Hopeful. I think there's a little of both. We can skip over that. Let's not read her mail. Claim this. More about Tirta Brainiacs. Tirta. Okay.
Good to have commerce restored.
Yeah, let's sell some stuff. And hammer. Wait, I can't sell my valuables? Oh, I don't have any valuables. That's weird. I need that. It's a lot of money, but it's worth it. Let me actually equip everybody while I'm out here. Okay. Yeah, that's better. What about that? Lower DPS, higher attack? No, she can go with the hammer. That's fine. It's a really plain sword. I don't like it. Hatchet. Ooh. That's a really good DPS on that, on both of those. She doesn't need cunning, though. I don't like her with an axe. I like her with a hammer. I'm going to keep the hammer. It's a good weapon, but Solus, much better. Oh no, Kevin says sleepiness is next to Kevinliness. Yup. I see what's coming. I'm gonna keep that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Oh, right. Armor. Dexterity. I might keep the dexterity and give that to Cassandra. Yeah, I'm gonna give that to Cassandra. And give that to Solus. Looks ridiculous, but that's fine. Who cares? Better scout mail. All right, cool. All right, so that's all done. Let's go and do some actual stuff instead of let's pick up some quests, and then we'll go all the way over to Master Dennett, pick up our horses for the Inquisition, and then we'll get the heck out of the hinterlands. We should actually finish the main quest stuff to do in the hinterlands tonight, hopefully.
Come on, anyone, please help my wife.
I'm flying.
What's wrong with your wife?
Oops.
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Can't catch her breath like cobwebs in her lungs. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll
Cult.
die.
Okay, well, there's a cult to deal with. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Fixed it. That was awful. I didn't want that to happen. Alright, well there's a cult to deal with. That's kind of cool. Of course there is. Hunter.
That's the last of the bread. Going to be a long, hungry night.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good eating, cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching.
Nice.
Dangerous to go hunting now. More likely to find mages than luck.
I'll see what I can do.
Luck won't put fat on your ribs.
Ram meat. I think we can do that. Anything around here? Alright, let's check that out. Oh, yeah, so this is actually quite related to Dragon Age and the setting and all that. But it's also related to something else in pop culture right now. So I don't know if any of you guys have been following Wheel of Time, the Amazon series. I've been liking it mostly so far, but there have been a couple problems.
Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
So there's at least one problem I've noticed so far in Wheel of Time, that it shares with Dragon Age Inquisition, but it barely shares with Inquisition, because it doesn't happen except for one time that I can think of in Dragon Age Inquisition. And there's a point where there are two female characters talking to each other about how tough women have it, and how men are still in so many powerful positions in the world, and how women are oppressed, basically. That kind of thing. And I was just like, no, they're not. The society in Wheel of Time is basically matriarchal. Because women have access to magic that doesn't drive them insane. And in Dragon Age, there's an equivalent where women have positions of power and authority in the Chantry, and therefore mostly positions of power and authority in politics. Though not necessarily. There are still a lot of kings and emperors and such. But there are very powerful places, politically speaking, for women in Dragon Age as well as the Wheel of Time. That women seem to be in a fairly good spot as politically in both scenarios. But in both cases, there's a weird exchange between two women, very powerful women in both cases, about how bad women have it and how much basically men oppress them. And I was like, no, the problem there is that they are taking real world, our world politics, political issues, and inserting them into a fictional world where it doesn't make sense. Yeah, well, Hillary Rodham Clinton cried, so women. I assume HRC is Hillary Rodham Clinton. I'm not 100% sure, but or is that some weird new neologism for hormone replacement therapy? I have no idea. Who knows? Anyway, whatever. The point being, fine, if you want to make a political point, make a political point. Dragon Age 2 does a great job of making a political point about the radicalization of oppressed minorities in Anders. Honestly, as much as I don't like what they did with the character, he does make a good allegory for the radicalization of oppressed minorities and pushing them to terrorism and all that stuff. It's great. It's really actually genuinely pretty well done. I don't like what they did with the character again, but they made a political point about the real world, but they put it in this world in a way that makes sense. Instead of just saying, oh no, women are oppressed, because in this world, they're not. They're just not. Mages are. So if you want to write a story about oppression, make it about mages, or make it about the Dalish, the elves, make it about the city elves. Like Origins does a great job of city elves, of being oppressed and all that. You don't just say women are oppressed, because in the world of Dragon Age and in the world of the Wheel of Time, they're just not. And so it doesn't make sense. It's incongruous with the world for two very, very politically and in some cases magically powerful women to be saying, oh no, women are so oppressed by men in the world. Because, again, like I said, they're just not. Women are in the majority of positions of power in both Thedas and in the Wheel of Time. It took me out of it. It really bugged me in the show, and it bugs me here too. But again, it's not very common here at all in Dragon Age. Dragon Age tends to be really good about keeping in-world things in-world and doing allegories properly in a way that makes sense. Kevin says I would never type those letters for any other witch. I mean, I don't know, man. They're just letters. Don't let her ruin letters for you. People might starve. That's not good.
You were concerned about refugees starving.
Yes. Many of them brought food, but they expected to be home by now, or safe in a city. There's a hunter up the hill who has some ideas.
Oh, already talked to him.
Is there anything we can do to help people deal with the cold?
I asked the Inquisition to send blankets. You'd think I was asking for a wagon of raw lyrium. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in last. If you have any ideas, talk to him across the road.
Okay. I don't know exactly what I can do about blankets, but we can try. What about the Templars and mages?
What can you tell me about the Templars?
The Templars were called the Val Royaux not long ago. These bastards ignored the order. Now they're killing rebel mages, along with any refugees they think are mage sympathizers. Every Templar I've ever known has wanted to protect the common folk. These men defile their order's good name.
That's not good.
What can you tell me about the rebel mages?
The real rebels are up north in Redcliffe, dug in and taking care of their own. The ones out here are just apostates, locked up in the circles all these years, and now they've gone mad with power. The rebels in Redcliffe have washed their hands of them. I wish we could do the same.
I mean, the rebel Templars, we already saw in the last game Templars going to extremes in pursuit of what otherwise is a noble goal. Right? Wanting to protect mages both from themselves and protect people from mages and protect mages from people. Being the watcher on the wall type thing. But this is going further still. It's not good. It's not good what we're seeing here. This is open warfare between magically empowered people on both sides. That gets people caught in the middle in a very disastrous sort of way.
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond stitches and elf fruit. I know healers are in short supply, but if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us, it would save a lot of lives.
Yeah, I can try.
What can you tell me about the man who's supposed to be getting horses for the Inquisition?
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella.
I'm going to do that next, I think.
Best we can tell, he's holed up until the mages and Templars are done killing each other.
Farewell.
I don't think they're gonna be done, but let's still try. Yeah, I know that. Okay, quest map. Let's go to all the way over to Dennett. Whew, that's gonna be a heck of a journey. There's shards on the way that we can pick up. We'll see. There's a rift, which we maybe can close. We'll see. Let's go that way. Let's go that direction. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Anyway. I will say, though, the hinterlands are very pretty. Despite the whole, like, yes, you can kind of get stuck there because there's nothing really to do. Very pretty.
Where are their coats?
What do you need to keep these refugees warm?
Blankets, warm clothes, all of it. These poor sods lost everything when the mages and the Templars went crazy. If we were in a village, I could just pinch a blanket off a clothesline and be fine. Out here, I'm sure the apostates have plenty of supplies. Just haven't been able to find them.
Oh, so you want me to steal from the apostates? Okay. If I kill any in there and they look warm, I'll be sure to take their coats. Don't mind the blood, of course.
Farewell.
See you.
War is hell. Oop, iron. Need some iron. Ever since Norm Macdonald died, I cannot pronounce iron properly. It's iron. It's iron or nothing. Oop. Oh man, my clicking is really going through that microphone. I really should turn my noise gate back on, but I don't want to poppy. I want to try it. I'm gonna see what happens. If my sound gets weird and poppy, tell me to stop, and I'll try and fix it. Noise gate. Threshold way down. The open threshold down too, because do I actually want to be able to be heard? But I don't want my clicky to be heard. Let's try that. I mean, that's a little bit, maybe, but hopefully it's fine. If my audio gets kind of poppy, please do tell me.
It's not looking any better here.
Ow, I am frozen. It's okay, I got him.
We should move on. We can only restore order by securing an alliance.
Alright, let's keep moving on. I hope. Oh, there's more. Just kidding. Oh, crap. Too far. Too far. So, trigger is attack button, bumper is parry. I need practice. I need practice doing the rogue thing. I'm working on it. Promise I'm working on it. I'm getting better. Gradually. Ah! Oh, crap. I need that. Okay. Okay, that's all of them. I think there's a shard in this house. Okay, let's pick the lock. Easy peasy. Runecraft. Okay. Ah, mosaic piece? Ah. Where? Ow! Not again. Okay. Jeez. Okay. That's, There's more of them! Why are there more of them? I need to go the other way. Okay. There we go. There's more? There's more. Okay. Good lord. This is getting silly. Alright, there's a shard up here I might as well get while I'm here. See, now this is it. This is how you get caught in the hinterlands.
The Inquisition.
This is how you get caught in the hinterlands. You try very hard to collect everything just as you go, because, hey, look, there's a thing over there. Oh, while I'm going through, there's another thing over there. I should go get that other thing. It's over there. And then you get caught in the hinterlands for 6 weeks. And you do nothing else. And then you get bored of the game, and then you wander away, which was actually a genuine problem for a lot of people who first played this game, like when it first came out. Okay, got him. Alright. Yeah, this was apparently a really big problem for a lot of people when this game first came out, is, like, the hinterlands is so big, and RPG players have this really nasty habit of wanting to completely finish everything in an area before moving on to the next part. Ow, he shot me. Alright, there we go. We got him. That's all of them. Anyway, yeah, we RPG players, and I count myself as one of them. We have this really significant issue where we just, when we find a new area, and especially if there's a map, right? Especially if we find a map like this, and especially if that map is big, and especially if that map is uncovered as you explore, there's this weird desire we have to go, I'm gonna explore every corner of the thing. It's huge. Oh my god, this is even bigger than I thought. Look at this. Look at this. It's all the way up there. This is nuts. But there's this weird desire to explore everything you possibly can as soon as you can. And that's really detrimental on this game. Because a lot of it you just can't. There's stuff that is too high a level, even, for the beginning. Templar and Kemet brothers, we must listen to the call of the Maker himself. He was who has given us the duty to destroy these mages. That's a misreading. By their rebellion, they have forfeited their right to live. They are not people. Oh, that's really bad. And any order that asks us to end this just and righteous battle is a lie. A test sent by him to separate the faithful from the foolish. Join us off the West Road and fight for a worthy cause. Yeah, that sounds really bad. Anyone denying the personhood of their enemies is very dangerous right off the bat. That's an obvious and extreme danger. Okay, let's see. I don't want to mess with a rift over here. Yeah. What have I said? What have I said about getting caught up in the middle of things. I'll come back to that later. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. Nope. Unless someone convinces me not to on the way there, then I'm doing it. There's a thing to be done. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. And I don't think that it's that high of a level. It's not prohibitive. It shouldn't be. Oh, it's one of those. Maybe it is. Crap. There we go. There's more coming. Ah! Well, that's cool looking. I don't know if I've ever gotten that good of a look at... Oh, it's because there's a thing up there.
Draw the attention of the clerics by now.
There's an actual thing up there. Okay, cool. All right. Sweet. So we're about to get more influence. Oh, we did. We just got more influence. All right, cool. Now we're done in this area. I'm not going to do this. I'm not doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. There's a thing there to pick up. I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to move on. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, it's up there. That seems inconvenient. I might just say heck this, but if there's not an easy way up here... no, there's definitely not. I'm out of here. Peace. I'm just stop right here, do this, and get out of here. Do you guys see what I mean about the hinterlands? This could last you. If you just keep doing what I'm doing right now and just seeing, oh, there's a thing right there. Oh, it's right nearby. If you just do this, there's a real possibility of just getting stuck here for a very long time. All right, now though, I'm done. Moving on. Moving on. We need to go south to get there. All right. And I gotta say, it's almost purely because of level design. Oh, geez, that's not good.
Make it take you.
I'm still working on getting good at rogue. Taking a while. Taking a while. I have to get used to parrying as well. That's the other thing. Because I have a parry ability. I'm totally not used to that. Actually being able to block attacks. There we go. I'm not used to being able to block attacks in this game at all. Because again, I'm used to mage. I'm used to just standing way far away from everybody and going pew, 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 pew. There we go. That worked. Man. All right. Oh, right. I have an ability that what's this? That incentivizes me for being at full health. I should probably see to that. Anyway, onward we go. What's this? Templar encampment, ready to fight not only the mages. Oh, geez, attacking civilians. Authority be damned. This seems very like someone corrupting the Templars. This seems very much like somebody is directly corrupting the Templars. And I honestly don't quite remember the details of this part. So it could be, but it could not be. There we go. Like I said, I honestly don't quite remember what the deal is with the Templars here. I think it is someone directly corrupting them, and I think I know who it is, but I don't 100% remember. So we're going to find out together. All right. Bridge has been broken. Now, if I head north there, I think this is just Templars. And I think it's something I can handle. Man, I really like Souls freezing this guy. That's really handy. However, there are also little areas around the hinterlands where if you wander too far off the beaten path, you will encounter bears that are obscenely high level. It reminds me vaguely of when I ran a Mutants and Masterminds game, so superheroes, and I had to come up with things to challenge my players who were my player characters who were extremely powerful because of how they built their characters, especially one who was a kind of a power gaming player. And he basically had the strength and durability of Superman.
The Templars have secured a position ahead.
And he punched a bear, and I was like, nope, it totally made its toughness check. Oops. Sorry, my bad.
One down.
Where is it? Who's the other guy? Really? This is the real part I don't like about melee characters is having to teleport to having to actually walk places. Anyway, but yeah, so this character was basically almost as strong as Superman, and punched a bear in the face. And I'm just like, nope, bears are magic. Because I had to have something that would challenge these guys, which was really difficult when you have somebody who is basically the strength of Superman in a street level, what is intended to be a street level superhero game. So like roughly the level of like, I don't know, like Daredevil and Green Arrow and that sort of thing. People who are slightly enhanced humans, who are stronger, more agile, and smarter than your average Joe, but are not like super. Okay, Erica says, except Dante, who had no way to damage them without walking up and scratching them, then uselessly hoping they got AIDS or something. Okay, yes, you mean Dr. Plague. I mean Plague, because he didn't get his medical license revoked for nothing. Fair enough, I suppose, but, like, that's still a hell of a power. That turned into a hell of a power. So don't talk yourself short there. No.
Refugees should be safer on the King's Road now.
We must still deal with the apostates, however.
Okay, that's fine for now. Listen, giving a super bear AIDS is pretty cool. Right? I'm just saying. AIDS or whatever, to use your terms. Alright, let's get out of here and let's give Cassandra that ridiculous sword. The Sweetish Fingers. A challenge to wield in battle, for while the blade offers overwhelming feedback, it takes little from the handler. You'll dispatch no end of foes together, but for all the effort it takes to command, you may as well talk to the hand. I love it. I love it so much. It's a hand. In case you didn't notice, it's a hand. Look. Look. It's shaped like a hand. Anyway, that's ridiculous, but kind of love it. All right, we need to rest somewhere. Like, next campsite we find, we need to recover. Maybe re-equip potions and stuff like that, because we're low on hit points as a party. That is one thing I have to say about this game, unlike the others, is that health doesn't regenerate. Unless you have an ability that regenerates health. Which comes on late game. There are some abilities that regenerate health, but like I said, they are fairly late game. And man, it makes these early levels relatively difficult because you're doing a lot of exploring, and a lot of that exploring is without rests in the middle, and you can totally get yourself killed. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Dreams won't stop until you take it back to the Western Fortress. They'll never stop. You'll wake up screaming and find notes written by your unsleeping hand. Take it back, or I'll draw allies to do it for me. That's disturbing, but okay. I wonder if it was something cursed. Maybe a demon. There's a lot of demons around. To Dwarf, I don't care how many demons and apostates are in the area. That package was lost somewhere on the river north of the farms. Follow the river and find it, or we'll find you. River north of the farms is incredibly dangerous, and let's not do that yet. Let's not do that yet. Trust me. That's another quest that we're going to have to pick back up in a long time.
Just so you know.
Well, that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Oops. What did I do now?
Nothing. Yet. Just keep it that way.
Tethris, paragon of good behavior, at your service, Seeker.
Woo! All right.
No normal wolf would fight with such determination.
The breach may have driven them mad, or perhaps the demon took command of the pack.
I did not need to use my ability for that. I could have just stabbed it, but oh well. Okie doke. The farms. Mm-hmm. Can I light that? Light these braziers? No. Thought I might be able to. Thought it might have been veil fire. It's not. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I can't do it yet. Why not? Why not? Darn it. I haven't started that quest. There's a quest for those things. I gotta remember that. It's a thing about re-strengthening the veil. Because the veil's like partially torn, and that's why there's demons and stuff. So those little weird devices are ancient elven relics that help to strengthen the veil. And at some point, Solus tells you about it, because he's all about the fade and stuff. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. It's ridiculous. Stop. The mountain climbing is no Skyrim. I'll say that much. Okay. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. One more. There it is. All right. There's all of them. All right, let's go talk to Dennett. Okay. We need furs and stuff. So, that wasn't useful. All right, whatever. So, because we need furs and stuff, that means killing fuzzy creatures, unfortunately. That does not mean fighting Druffalo, because these guys are actually kind of challenging to fight. Also, I think they belong to someone. It'd be rude. Alright, here we go. Dennett's farm.
This must be Master Dennett.
Mm-hmm. There's a shard. Ooh, did you hear the whispering as we got closer? That's troubling.
Speak to the master if you have business here.
Okay. I'll go do that. What about this? I'll just... Really? I need a perk? I need a perk? Nah, I'll get it eventually. Kevin says
the area.
Okay. Oh, elf fruit. It's just elf fruit. Calm down, Solus. Oh, wait. What's that? There's something in here. Something in the house. Okay. Kevin says, even I am stunted to have to call others to task as regard their duties. Even if I am stunted to have to call others to task about regard their duties. I missed something. What happened? I'm a little confused.
So you're the Inquisition, eh?
Is it about
Trying to
him?
bring order back. High time someone did. Didn't expect it to be some free marcher's noble, though. Name's Dennett. I served Arleman for 30 years as horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
I mean, that's reasonable. Yeah, Sable's going along with that. She's... Yeah, no, that's fine.
That sounds more than reasonable.
Glad to hear it. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you
All right.
deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow-neck they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden Forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition.
Okay, then. Cool. What are you telling me to look for? Ah. Bottles of Thedas. And our Legion vintage. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Let's go wander around upstairs. Hard in High... Oh, here we go. Okay. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 1. They say coin never sleeps, but anyone who's walked the patrol of Hightown Market at midnight might disagree. The pickpockets and confidence men head to the taverns at dusk, but the dwarven businessmen and nobles go back to their tiny palaces to fret over the ways they got cheated, and the market falls silent. Donan Brenikovic knew every angle of the market with his eyes closed. 20 years of patrols etched it into him so that he walked that beat, even in his dreams. The recruit, Javelin, was another story. The ring of steel striking stone told Donan that the kid had stumbled into a column again. His new armor would be full of dents by sunrise. Torches would make this easier. The sound of Javelin hauling himself off the pavement was like a tinker's cart crashing. Torches make you night blind. You'll adjust. Donan crossed the square to help the kid to his feet. A breeze scurried across the plaza, sending the banners and pennants shivering and carrying an old, familiar scent. Donan stopped in his tracks. Something's wrong. His voice was low, warning. He peered into the dark, up in the mezzanine just above them. Follow me. Be ready for trouble. The two guards climbed the dark stairs, and there, in a puddle of shadow, found the body. Gold-trimmed satin glittered through the blood. Get the captain done inside. We've got a dead magistrate. Oh, wasn't pertinent to the stream, Kevin says. Strike it from the record. Done. Erica, you can delete that message, can you? Maybe? I don't know. Whether or not, it doesn't really matter, but I assume it's not confidential information. Anyway, alrighty then. So I did a nice little voicing there for a what I think was a what is the beginning of a fantastic story. I love Hardened Hightown. It's so good.
Safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
The water sickness being rabies. It makes you hydrophobic. Makes you and animals and whatever hydrophobic. Unable to drink, you die of thirst. Basically, is how rabies kills you. I mean, if it doesn't shut down your organs first, but.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
See, Kevin says, see ASMR narration like a champ.
Farewell.
I wouldn't call that ASMR. I would just call that narration. Just because I'm close to the microphone doesn't make it ASMR. It's just a smooth voice, which I actually have decent practice with, but yeah, it's not like, I feel like ASMR has to be breathier. You have to be able to sort of feel it. I don't want that. That's not what I'm going for.
We'd all have more warning before the next attack.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts. Good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good
Kevin
spots
says,
on the map.
"Yaha."
You set up watchtowers there.
Whatever you
I'll
say,
talk to the
I
marshal and
guess.
get your
I don't
proper
know.
weapons.
Farewell.
I still think that ASMR kind of has to be something you feel. You know what? You asked for this. I'm going to put a link in the description. To an absolutely terrible, but very genuine ASMR. I promise you'll hate it. But I promise you'll thank me for hating it. It'll be in the description after the stream. And I'll also send it directly to you, so you don't have a chance to miss it. Kevin says, it is good for inducing relaxation and sleep, though. That is true. It's a nice, gentle, calming narration. I'll give you that. No, not doing this now. No. No, that's like a level 20 quest. Not doing that. No way. No way. Alright, I leveled up, so that means I have a point to spend. Parry costs no stamina if you succeed in countering. You wait, prepared to knock away the blow as long as stamina remains at all. Costs 0. Damage 100% weapon damage. You quickly block a strike made by your foe, then counter their own as their own defenses fall. So this just lets you put up a guard and keep the guard up. That's actually pretty good. Regain stamina after every kill. Sneak attack. Ooh, higher critical chance on back blows. Death blows good. Forgiving chain. Spinning blades. Evasion or easy to miss. What are these things? Knockout powder? That's pretty good. Evade leaping away. No, I'm gonna go with the well, actually, hold on. God, this is really complicated. Why am I doing all this right now? How to set damage bonus? Keeps their armored sundered. Nah. Deal more damage only if you keep your target facing forward toward the blow. Oh god, no. Both of those suck. Effortless riposte or patient riposte. That's also good. I'm kind of going. I want to go along the this pathway towards death blow. I'm gonna go with Dance of Death. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Relly. Good night. Thanks for stopping by, and hopefully this this build isn't so ridiculous. Wait, why did they not level up? Why is it just me? Oh god, I forgot your companions level up separately, and I hate it. Oh god. Okay. Horsey time. Let's go get the horsey.
Fancy trying out one of my courses? What kind of racing are you talking
Okay.
about?
I set up a course over there with stakes in the ground. It's too narrow to race directly, so I time it with a soundglass. You try to ride the course before I call time.
Sure.
I'll try one of your courses.
Wonderful. Get your horse and I'll set up the stakes.
I hope I remember how to
You
do
need
this.
Time? I'll throw in some of the dress money Father gave me. Consider it a donation to the Inquisition.
Nice. Okay. Nice horse. Okay. Gallop. Dismount. I don't want to do that. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Okay, I think we're good. This isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. Galloping just kind of stays going. So this is much simpler horsemanship than a lot of other games where there's mounted stuff. Whether that's like Red Dead or Witcher or whatever. I've actually been doing quite a few things that have horsemanship. I mean, Red Dead being the most notable, obviously. There, not that hard. That wasn't that hard. All right.
Nicely done. Fancy another race?
Sure. Why
Set
not?
up the next course.
Great. Go get mounted. I'll put up the stake straight away.
All right. Let's do it. Why not? Oh, hey. Okay. This way? Right? Yeah, okay. Oh, look, demons. Let's ignore the demons for right now. That's fine. That'll be okay. Don't worry. Demons are gone. The demons are gone for now. I feel like I could be going a lot faster. I don't know. Maybe it's the specific horse or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just that the galloping speed is not actually that fast. That could be the thing, right? That could be the reason. All right. Oh, there's more. There's more. What is this? Oh, there she is. Okay.
Nicely done.
Yay.
Fancy another race?
All right, let's do one more.
Set up the next course.
I really hope we don't run headlong into those demons. That would kind of suck.
Stake straight away.
That would kind of suck.
The course is ready whenever you are.
Yep, I am. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Like I said, I really hope this doesn't take me right into those demons, but it very well could. I'm a little concerned about that, honestly, but it's fine. It'll probably be fine. Oh, there's a shard right there, too. Whatever. I'm not going to do that while racing. Oh, more demons. There's the demons. There's demons, Jim. All right, here we go. My gosh, there's more? Jeez. All right, here we go. Oof. Took the turn too tight. There we go. All right. Oh. Now I'm galloping. Okay, cool. All right. There we go.
You've mastered every course I set up.
All right. Cool. We have a horse now. And we're good at it now, relatively speaking. Okay, now what? Now we can do this and the Fade Rift. Probably should. Let's do the camp first. There's a camp and another quest over there. So let's take the horse over there. Might as well. Whee! Eh. Okay, cool. Oh, geez, what have I done? I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, friends. I did not mean to be swinging my knives around. Later in an empty home, Endrin. They're telling everyone to leave until the mages and Templars stop burning everything down. I saw the way the merchants were looking, though. If we just flee, they'll pick our house clean. I'm taking our little project to the cave in the hills up north. You know the one. It'll be safe there until all this blows over. Interesting. I'm sure we'll find that eventually. Alright, where to next? Boop, 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 boop. Shards, meh. Shards. Failure to deliver? No. Not the one right behind us. No. Not that. Trouble with wolves. We'll do that eventually, and that eventually again. Probably next week, honestly. We'll see how much time we have. Maybe. I think we'll do farmland security next. After we go close this rift. We'll close that rift, and if we run across shards on the way, then cool, we run across shards, but let's go for the rift. Man, even just saying the word rift makes me miss playing Rift Mage, honestly. Here I go again. It's fine. Rogue has been nice so far. I kind of like it. It's still weird. It's still weird a little bit, but I'm getting used to it. I'm getting there. Why did I use my ability for that? That was so pointless. I meant to just stab it. Whatever. It's fine. Goodbye. Whatever. Let's go. Let's go. Nice. Got a shard. Rift is right up here. Oh. Quick, close the rift. Okay, here we go. Boom. Oh, speaking of audio, I hope that I have it doesn't have any of those. I have Counter-Strike, don't I? Oh, that's a warrior thing. Oh, okay, never mind. Magic resistance, electric resistance. Why not? There we go. I hope at least that so I remember the last couple of my class lectures, the on the Fall of the Devil ones, I had a bit of an issue with peaking, audio peaking. I think it's because of the recording software I was using on my old phone with the lapel mic. The lapel mic is fine. I've tested it out by itself. That is, I'm pretty sure, is not the problem. The problem, I think, was the settings, that I had it set to like a high sensitivity, basically a really, really high gain. But there's only high and low. So I tested it out a little bit, and I think the low setting tends to work a little better. So I switched to the low setting for this time. So hopefully that fixes the problem instead of making it worse in the other direction. But we'll see. We shall see. I'm going to be doing some editing tonight and tomorrow. So we'll have a good look at... I'll have a good idea of how it sounds by tonight. Hopefully I don't have to do... Excuse me. Hopefully I don't have to do too terribly much... Excuse me again. Too terribly much audio mixing and fiddling with the stuff to make it work properly. But we will... we'll have to see. Like I said, I expect to be done with it by tomorrow at some time. At some point. But who knows? If it winds up being longer than that, if it takes until Saturday, then it takes until Saturday. I should have it up soon, though. That is the next on the Fall of the Devil lecture. Ow, I fell on a cliff. Alright. Let us rest. Refill everything. Let us level up Varric. Leaping shot. Rolling draw. Shot from the shadows. You retreat safely into shadow. Oh, you stealth. He doesn't otherwise have stealth, so maybe that might be good. Strafing shots. You move faster. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Cassandra. Shield bash. Generates guard. Oh, extra damage versus guard. Oh, it does no damage with it. Ooh, that's nice. Basically disarms. That's nice. I like it. Alright, Solus. His barrier is good. Mind Blast, maybe? Or should I do frosty stuff? Okay. Fade Step is really good, but only that good when I use it, when you use it yourself. Winter's Stillness. Now, let's go with Winter's Chill. Because he uses Winter's Grasp a lot. So, that'll work. Okay, so where to next? Oh man, it's all the way down there. There's no quick travel anywhere near there, so... Horse. Oh, hi. There, that was weird. Fine. Let's head south. Back to that bridge. I think we'll be able to finish this one and maybe the wolves. So we might be able to finish the quests for Dennett tonight. Yeah, 25 minutes. That's not bad. That's not bad. And that'll functionally mean we're done in the hinterlands, at least for now. I'm not going to be doing more of the side quests for the moment, just because, again, I don't want to be stuck in the hinterlands forever, thumbnail aside. Yes, I know the thumbnail thing is a funny with the haha, but what was that? What quest did I complete? In the saddle. Okay, that was weird. Fine, fair enough. Okay. You know what, actually, I shouldn't be using the horse. I should be wandering so I can get more party banter. That's the downside of the horse, is your party members disappear. It's purely for gameplay reasons. So they're not, like, sprinting beside you or whatever, but I would love if you still got party banter while mounted, but you don't. I'm just gonna get off. It's fine. Bye, horsey. Plus, we're into relatively dangerous territory now, so... The music is telling me it's incredibly dangerous territory, despite appearances. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, this is definitely battle music. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, that's what's going on. No, those are... No, that's definitely enemies. There we go. Problem solved. Oh, that might be a better shield for Cassandra. Hold on. Oh wait, shields are technically weapons. Shard shield? Oh yeah, that's much better. That's much better. Oh wait, this is for Evelyn. What am I doing? Yeah, no, that's much better. Doesn't have the willpower. That's fine. She doesn't really need that. All right, cool. Wow, that's very small. That's weird. It is actually a shard of a shield. Anyway, there's a thing or two in my in the Anselm lecture today that I'm gonna have to add in because it slipped my mind in that class, in that particular class while I was talking about it. And so I'm gonna have to go back through and add a couple of voiceover bits. One of which I'm really disappointed I didn't get to say because it's I think pretty mind blowing. And I'm considering maybe I might wind up having to use a clip for it, pull a clip and use that. But we'll see. We'll see what I do with it. So it's something to keep an eye out for. There's some stuff in there that I think is really, really well argued and is a lot of it's painfully obvious. Like it's incredibly obvious, but it's so not the way that we ordinarily think in sort of, especially in modern terms. And so it's just weirdly mind-blowing. It's one of those things where, yeah, I should have thought of that. Like, why did I not think of that kind of thing? No. Wolves. Yeah, wolves. There's a mage's. Let's go that. Let's just go back this way. How do I get up there? Yeah, well, I'll find out eventually, I'm sure. Anyway, but like one of the big things that I know I point out in there, or either I forget if I did in that class. This is one I'm not sure, and if I haven't, I'll add it in there because I need to talk about it. Is how causality does not necessarily flow in the same direction as time. That especially when you're considering final causes, the future can cause the present and even the past. Hey there, Wolfie. Got one. No. No Druffalo. No Druffalo. Nuh-uh. I'm not doing that quest. That takes me by demons. Like, way too high-level demons. Not doing it. Not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, sir. But anyway, so final causality, the final cause of a current or a present event can perfectly well be in the future. Right? What this means, functionally, is if you... What the heck? How do I get up there? Do I really have to go around here? So the example I use is... I'll use a different example now, so I'm not just repeating what I'm going to be saying. It looks like Anders. There we go. Okay. So suppose I suppose I know what time I'm going to end this stream. That I know I'm going to end at midnight, which is in about 18 minutes. What that means is that there are certain things that I'm going to do and certain things that I'm not going to do. So cold attack, cool. You can do this. Come on. Good timing. All right.
Apostate's dead. Refugees should have an easier time on the King's Road.
There's almost no mention of your part in the tale of the champion, Varric.
I don't want to bore people.
You don't want to incriminate yourself, you mean?
Either,
Same
both.
thing, really.
Oh, God, I love Eric. So anyway, what I was saying, if I know that I'm going to end this stream in 16 minutes, part of what that means is that my intention to end the stream in about 16 minutes is going to at least partially determine what I choose to do right now. Because I will do certain things that will take me less than 16 minutes to get done. I won't do other things that I know are going to start a very long quest line or that sort of thing. And so it is the fact that I'm ending the stream in a set amount of time and that I know that is causing me to do things right now. And so what this means is that we have a future event, the end of the stream, causing something in the present. So we have causality, which seems to be going the opposite direction of the flow of time. And I think the most interesting part about this is that we don't think that is the least bit weird because we do this all the time. We just don't think of it in those terms, right? It is weird. It's weird to consider things in that way, only because we don't usually consider things that way. What's going on over here? Oh, hi, guys. Got him.
I doubt these were mere bandits. They moved with the efficiency of a trained group.
I just, ripped him in half. What are you talking about? I really hope this is the way through. What is going on here? Oh, God, no, not even close. I don't want the Druffalo. I guess I have to go through that way. Oh, jeez. All right. Oh, God. Thank you, Erica, for killing the Thoughtbot. It's 11:45. The stream's almost over. Why is there a Thoughtbot? Be gone, Thought. Anyway. But yeah, I think that this is a very comprehensible way of thinking of causality in this. What in the world? Was there a spooter? Got it. But why was it? Why was there a giant spooter? You don't belong here, giant spooter. Keep going. Anyway. Erica walked away for 2 seconds and a Thoughtbot appears. I know, it's just terrible. Awful. Absolutely unacceptable. Thoughty bastards. Anyway. I say bastards in the masculine because you know that those are those accounts are operated by men. Has to be. There's no way that women on the internet don't reel. Everyone knows that. Anyway, either that or feds. Maybe they're feds. Could be feds. Probably male feds, but still feds. Anyway, I definitely don't want to go south a bit because there is a Fade Rift here, but it's an extremely high level Fade Rift. This one right here, it's a trap. The one right there is a huge, terrible, awful, unbeatable at this level trap. You have to be like level 20 to beat that damn thing. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's get this one. Anyway. Yeah, it's what's down here? This is interesting. Nope, can't go through there. But yeah, it's a very weird way of thinking about causality. Or at least it's atypical. All right. We get them all? It's an atypical way of thinking about causality, but it's also a very... It's a way of thinking about causality that fits very well with our ordinary way of understanding things, right? It fits well with our behavior, with our phenomenology. The way we experience causal interaction is often that our present actions are caused by, are done because of something in the future. So time really isn't a linear series of cause and effect. It is a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff, so to speak. Oh, hi, Demon.
The demon!
Who'd have thought?
With the demon dead, the farmers should be safe from the wolves.
I expect the wolves are also pleased to be freed from the demon's control.
Yeah, but we're still killing them, so... Oh, poor puppy noises. Alright, the rest of you, just run. Just leave. Just leave, wolves. It'll be fine. Token of the Packmaster. Nice little magic item. Okay. Alright, so we got some platforming around here to do, and I think that... I mean, I still want to kind of... Ooh, valuable herbs. I still kind of want to wrap up Dennett's quest, so we might go like a minute or two over. Just a little bit. So I want to get back to Dennett. And I'm going to see if I can quick travel from wherever. I don't think I can. I forget the mechanics of this. The quick travel mechanics of this game. But we'll see. We'll see if I can just go quick travel to Dennett's. And if I can, then I'm just going to go straight there. Inventory. Oh, God. Inventory full. Oh, that's not good. I forgot about inventory management. I also hate inventory management. No, I don't like that. Alright, maybe if I just equip some stuff. That weapon is... guard penetration. Yep. What's this do? Sunder on hit. Nice. +2 magic. Alright. Sunder on hit. Solus. Amulet of Magic. I guess I'll just he's not going to use either of these, so I'll just give that to him, I suppose, to hold on to. Same with Cassandra. I guess I'll just give her that to hold on to. Armor. He's not wearing a helmet, and he can. So that'll work. Scout mail. Okay. All right. Best I can do. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything in... here we go. Loot. Gold. Tapestry bit. Fennec fur. Gold. Alright. Anything else in the wee wolf den? I don't think so. I think that's it. Oh. What was that? Oh, I already looted that. It's fine. Oh, there's that dagger in there, which it's fine, whatever. I don't really need it. Alright, we've done all this. Alright, cool. I think we have covered everywhere. Now, let's get the heck back to Dennett's farm. I have doubts as to whether we can fast travel from here, but I'm going to try it. Yeah, we can. Nice.
Nothing to report, sir.
That's good. We already rested. There's no... We need Drakestone. Where am I gonna get Drakestone? Oh, I know where we're gonna get Drakestone. I won't say where, but I know where we're gonna get it. That's annoying. Okay. But yeah, no, yeah, there's no shop there. So anyway, what I'm going to do is after I turn this quest in and we wrap for the night, I'm probably just going to go sell a bunch of crap and do all that kind of inventory management nonsense and stuff that nobody wants to really deal with on stream. I'm going to do that off stream.
You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
I did. Thank you. You're welcome.
The wolves should be back to normal now. There shouldn't be any further trouble.
That's good to hear. I'll send word to the farmers and let my husband know what you've done. It may not seem like much, but you've given this land hope it desperately needed. Thank you.
Kevin asked, did the girls go outside in the rain? I'm going to assume that that was not meant for me. Although, who knows? I'm not sure. If it was meant for me, I'm assuming it's because my character model looks wet or something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I've got a few ideas.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
Okay, so do we need a requisition or something?
There are too many hills in these parts. Good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map.
Yeah.
You set up watchtowers there. I'll talk to the master and get your people weapons.
Oh. I know. I understand. Okay, I need to go back to Haven to do that. It's a war table mission, isn't it? Balls.
Yelena says you got rid of those demon-cursed wolves.
I'm assuming that that is also a thought bot that you may want to remove. But give it a chance. Do not type that into your search bar though. Whoever's watching and looking at the chat, do not type that into the search bar. I don't trust it. Daisy, are you a real person?
The refugees down at the crossroads could use your help.
Right now, any food I give those luckless bastards might as well go to the rebel mages or bandits. Talk to my man Bron. He'll tell you what those folks need to protect themselves. Once
okay.
that's done, I'll give as I can. I've no problem with charity, long as it's not wasted.
All right, that's all. That'll be fine.
Watch yourself, Inquisition. It's ugly out there.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to right now back to Haven. I'm going to do some war table stuff these last couple of minutes before we're done. Cassandra Pentagast. That's a big description. Oh, well, I was going to try and read it, but won't. Oh, did you confirm that that was a thought bot? I didn't want to jump to conclusions. But I suppose it was a fair assumption. Man, I wish I could get real people watching the streams in the numbers that I get thoughtbots. Oh my, there's a thing going on.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Oh boy.
Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate! Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer.
Nice.
We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
What do you want to bet it was him who was doing the bullshit about, like, getting Templars to disobey orders and stuff like that? It might have been him.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
I honestly don't remember, so we'll see.
Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave.
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
So far, you're the only one who's insisted we can't work together.
We might, if your Inquisition would recognize the Chancellor's authority.
There is no authority until another Divine is chosen.
In due time, Andraste will be our guide, not some dazed wanderer on a mountainside.
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chancellor's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
The mages and Templars are fighting, even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new Divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
Well, once there's a new Divine,
Herald of Andraste
then maybe we can decide it.
Swept under a carpet.
Until now, I figure we can just keep doing what we're doing. Because it seems like we have a Divine Writ, so let's go with that. Anyway.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay.
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
Don't let anyone riot while we're gone.
The walls will be standing when you return, I hope.
All right, so we've got to do a couple of war table things.
Speak only the word. Sing only the charm. I don't know if Apothecariodon can get you that.
Do their war cancel stuff, and then I think we'll wrap it because it's midnight. So let's wrap this. Let's do our last couple of things here, and then we'll call it a night and start next time. Oh wait, we have perks. We have perks. Ooh, extra experience. Arcane knowledge is nice. That means that we're okay, extra experience from codex entries, extra herbs, easier to see things, gain some herbs. Okay. I need this. I need Deft Hands Fine Tools. Really, really badly. This rogue stuff. So I'm probably going to go into secrets first. Nobility knowledge. I should just do this, though. Merchant discounts. Selling raw materials. I should kind of do nobility knowledge, honestly. History knowledge is good. Ooh, increase inventory. Oh, I'm so tempted by that. Give me more pockets. Extra potion slot. Nice. Nice as well. Oh, man. I need the dialogue option once first, so I'm going to go with nobility knowledge. It's the character, too. It fits. She is a noble. She should know this. Okay. Alright, so I only have one perk unlocked. Alright, so... build watchtowers. There are nobles who will help. Or soldiers. Let's do soldiers. It'll take less than a minute because time reduced by a mod, because that was so useful. Bog Unicorn. We received an offer of assistance. I'm unnerved but not opposed. It's the first strange promise we've received, and likely will not be the last. An elegantly written note. The Inquisition has need, and we would provide. We have been in our possession a mount of noble spirit, fallen in battle against rage, returned to life by the boundless urge to run and serve a worthy cause and noble master. Prove what your followers already believe, that your reach is beyond this realm, that even the forces of the Fade are your ally, that death is no barrier to victory. The Collective. I assume that means Mages Collective, so that's kind of cool. Let's be spooky. Let's be careful with the spookiness.
Let's see what we have.
We got a Bog Unicorn. Whatever that means. Cool. Watchtowers built. That means we can go back to Dennet when we start next time, or next time we go back to the Hinterlands, we'll just go to Dennet. Okay, what's this? That's a mount. Center best. Okay, so cool. That's okay. This seems like a Josephine thing. The armored mount has arrived. Every bit as magnificent as promised. Wonderful. Investigate the shards. Let's not do that yet. The red heart. This is a Dalish thing. Josephine, because it's a cross-cultural thing. So Josephine. Red heart has arrived. It can only be described as inspirational. Anything from Ferelden? Storm Coast, which we don't want to do yet. We'll do that eventually. Same with the swamp, whatever it is. Okay, so all right, so cool. What we're gonna do next time, as I said, we will do this, the little meeting in Val Royeaux. Address the Chantry in Val Royeaux. We will start next time with that. I'm going to do a bunch of selling stuff off and inventory management and all that crap off screen, so you guys don't have to worry about that between now and the next time. In the meantime, this is what we're going to start with next. So next week, we are going straight to Val Royeaux to meet with the Chantry, see what's going on there, and move on from there. Probably back to the Hinterlands for a little bit, do a couple of quests there, and start gathering more allies. So we're going to actually start meeting more of our companions next week. So that should be fantastic. I doubt we will get to Skyhold, to the castle next week. We'll have to see. Maybe. It's a possibility. And that means we will probably not get the last of our companions next week either. But next week we may wind up having to decide whether we're taking the side of the Templars or the Mages. So think about that in the interim. Monday, we are going to be continuing in Greedfall, and we're going to be helping out both factions. We're going to be investigating some stuff for Thélème, and we're also going to be working a little bit with the Bridge Alliance. If we have to wind up choosing one or the other, I'm leaning very strongly towards the religious zealots of Thélème rather than the Bridge Alliance, but we will see. Anyway, that's Monday. Thursday, we're back here, and either Friday or Saturday, expect the next and final entry in our lecture series on the on on the Fall of the Devil. So that's the stuff coming up. So I hope you will join me next time, and thank you so much for joining me this time. And I hope to see you guys again. Have a good night, everyone. Oop. I need to leave before I can pause and leave. Sorry about that. All right. Now. There we go. Now have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.